What about
Why
something
not,
like
Void?
Wraith or
You could just go Wraith King. It's like an early game, mid game thing where Sticky Napalm's like super potent this game if they pick a hero that can't remove it.
Lifestealer?
I thought about Lifestealer. I think that's like part of why they picked Jug. It kind of denies Lifestealer.
And it's annoying playing Lifestealer against these BKB piercing disables, right? Duel
Yeah,
and
that's
lasso.
what I mean. It's not like a easy game. It's like you'd have a free farm lane, but it's not an easy game, which is fine. Like if they want to do that, they have like heroes that can easily play as 4, right? You have like easy rotations to the Axe's lane. It's almost always going to be pushed in because he also has a Jakiro, so Lesh can very naturally just walk there.
Is there any like later game hero or maybe a heavy pushing hero?
It's Trolls. Yeah, Trolls.
Troll,
banned.
yeah.
Troll's
They
already
banned it.
banned. Sven's already banned.
Yeah,
Slark,
Slark.
yep.
I didn't really see much better, and even though you're Slark against Legion, I think Yawar is gonna build and play this better. I'm not trying to harp on Leo. I wasn't happy with the BKB.
Ford
and-
is just a better team. In
Yeah,
general,
and I like both teams' drafts. I think they both have a good game plan, and it's going to come down to execution. This game, surprisingly, like I think this is a very even draft.
I think J.Storm just has a better way to end the game and play it quick, as Blitz say, right? Like, it's super easy for them to just go and do a fight, right? Like, if you're pushing on their side of the base with a Chen Juggernaut Legion, it's very hard to go on them. You just pop the Death Prophet ulti. Does Ford ever want to go on that? Like, I don't think so. I think Ford is the better team, but I think J.Storm's got this game.
It's also nice that they have 3 cores that are all going to scale relatively well
Yeah.
into the late game, so there's not the, I feel like the normal
push it
timer against
25,
the
yeah,
hard
lose.
carries like Slark, you're like,
Yeah.
oh god, like all their cores can scale relatively well. But I think Forward did, like, in order to give themselves a good win condition, needed like the superior carry
Yeah.
to everybody.
I like J.Storm.
Yeah, Slark's issue is generally the enemy team 5-manning when he can't participate. So that's
yeah.
definitely a huge threat this game. So we're basically going to see whether or not Slark can get enough items and become relevant by the time they're grouping up on J.Storm. Because once he gets those items, I think it's really hard to deal with them. But we saw last game, like the difference is I think Lesh will have way more impact than the Quap did.
Wait. Hello? Space station? Oh my god, Brian, we have to go! They're coming, the aliens! Ah!
Why is it every single time that we separate? Like when we're on the couch, it's
We
because we're getting killed, and then when they're leaving, it's because they're leaving us behind because
Yeah.
aliens or a meteorite or something is on its way to kill the space station.
Honestly, at this point in our Dota careers, you can sacrifice us, guys. Like, I'm sure.
We got the fresh young blood and BSJ and Grant.
Yeah, you're not OD Pixel, dude. Come on, no one. I mean, like there'll be like 14 of your fans that'll be like sad, but
At the end of the day, they'll get over it.
yeah, my one guy in chat will mourn me, but
His Twitch chat name is I Shove Waves or something
Yeah.
like that, you know.
but I like Blitz.
Blitz knows what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Forward versus J.Storm. We have ourselves the North American qualifier. It comes down to these 2 teams. One of them will head to the International, and the other one will have their dreams of TI ruined here on
This is my
online qualifier.
favorite/least favorite time of the year, when you know that somebody is about to be like at the peak of ecstasy. Like they
Yeah.
are the happiest they'll be for a really long time until they get last at TI.
Whoa, that's some shade at NA there.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like,
Okay.
that was not like an only shaded NA thing. I'm really sorry, Forward. I hope you get top 3. Or J.Storm, I actually like their draft better, and I did call them to win 3-1, despite all the haters.
Why did you choose J.Storm? Like, what convinced you? Because, I mean, you were telling me this morning you were not the biggest fan of following J.Storm in the way they played yesterday. So what changed?
I really just wanted to cosplay Kyle and see what it was like to be wrong all the time.
Well, you may not get your chance if the drafts and your analysis on the drafts
Then
comes
I'll
to
be right,
fruition.
and it's a win-win.
Wow.
That's
You're really just playing some 4D chess right now, aren't you? So we are going to have the Axe Silencer dual lane against the Juggernaut, and Bat Rider is actually going to be top rather than bottom, which is good for Ford, right? They want the Silencer against the Bat.
yes.
So did they correctly read the situation? Like, why isn't Bat Rider? Oh, because of Slark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
You don't
that
want to
makes
put
sense.
the Bat versus the Stark.
Yeah, and we
you
just
can help it.
we actually just watched that matchup last game, right? So the Batrider support trying to threaten
Dude,
the
it is
Slark,
not
and it just
fun.
didn't do anything.
It is really not fun. Oh, and this is a little bit different. He's actually opted to go for, is it press the attack?
Yeah, press the attack.
I always get really confused because
Yeah,
I feel like that
yeah,
should
yeah.
be called moment of courage.
Exactly. Press the attack should be the extra hit that you're getting
Yeah.
in when you're being attacked or
Moment of
attacking
courage, like,
somebody.
For this one moment, you just, and then you're...
Yeah.
Plus,
agreed.
it like you show at the
yeah,
horn.
you're like shouting too. That
Yeah.
should be your moment
Press
of
the
courage.
attack sounds like you're actually swinging.
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
Overwhelming odds is obviously
That's
like
good.
very easy. That's a great.
I know I always have to think about it in the reverse whenever
Yeah.
I think of Legion.
You think somebody maybe messed it up? You know, like somebody mislabeled it
When somebody Valve
when
was
they were
like,
writing the names. And then once it's stuck, you know, you're not doing anything else. Pylai gets a little bit low at the top lane. One last swing, but it's not enough. 10 HP is what Pylai had, and now the double dots on Resolution. Going to cause him a few issues as he tries to retreat. Our mid lane matchup is, of course, that Leshrac versus Nine's Death Prophet. Two different mid pub stars that are going to have an opportunity to match up against each other to see which one goes to TI. Of course, CCNC probably can't call him a pub star anymore.
he got top 8 at TI, man.
Yeah.
You lose that status.
Yeah. 2 years ago, he was the pub star. Now it's 9. He's the
Hot
fresh
shot up
talent.
and coming.
Yeah.
Oh, if this was CCNC on the other side, he'd be mad.
Oh, the double damage rune.
Yeah.
It's just free CS for 30 seconds.
Say, okay, that's fair.
Quinn and his, like, you could tell he just wants the purity of a 1v1, you know? When RNG elements get added into it, like runes, he just gets angry.
It's a good reason to leave games.
It's a good reason to feed down mid.
You know,
Well played. 4-minute regen rune. You win.
I played a game with Quinn, like, I want to say 4 months ago, and he just left, and he's like, I'll get this one back for you later. I was like, what the hell do you mean later? I'm going to add you to my void list, and I'm your friend. Like, what? He's like, tell me I owe you a win. I was like, do you think this is how this works? Like,
Also, I'm not sure if it's that easy. Especially in NA, just to be like, hey, you owe me a win. We're like, what, is Quinn all of a sudden trying hard?
dude, I doubled down on that game, too.
So he owes you, too.
He was me, like, 4 as far as I'm concerned before we're
That's
even.
true. That's true. You saw CCNC in your team, and you're like, all right, this
Hell
is
yeah.
time
I was
to
like,
double
Quinn
down.
likes me. Like, oh.
You are taking a lot of damage from these mud golems. I always wonder, like, why are mud golems throwing solid rock?
They reach into their selves,
Uh-huh.
and they just, like, pull it out.
Mm.
These, like, stone deposits.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell you want from me, dude. I don't understand lore stuff.
It's their iron resolve.
Oh, no, he missed it. He didn't hit him with that, right?
No, he didn't hit Yawar with that. No.
Did he go for CS with that?
I don't know.
Is that what he's going for? Oh, Yawar's
Maybe he
getting
saw it like
real
a
low. He's
regen
going to get
creep.
stone chucked right
yeah,
now. He's
getting
dead.
real low, and that's just one more shot from 1437 to secure the first blood.
You never think about the damage on that.
Yeah.
Like that, once you get chucked by the second rock, you're like, wait a sec. That
Yeah.
actually just does full.
125 damage.
That's a nuke, man.
Yeah, 375 when you've got one golem, then breaks into 2. I remember all the enchantresses trying to do the sick plays where they take a golem and then run to gank mid.
As it runs out and dies.
Yeah, as it runs out and dies, throw one, then Staking, trying to do the best he can to min-max this lane, trying to interrupt the pull, get some of those neutrals, but he's always got to be a little bit scared of the spin. Fear.
This is actually
Wait
so
out for
annoying.
that arcane curse, man. It's so hard to play that Batrider. And Pylai is just challenging him the entire time. Now, Fear's going to pop his healing salve as Pylai has the sticky napalm on him. They really both going for the bounty runes right now. Snake King trying to go wherever Fear is headed to, but it looks like Pylai actually gets headed off by Resolution. Still not low enough, though, for Rezo to commit underneath tower to get that kill. And they will, it'll be forward who get 3 of the bounty runes. As a result, they got both bottom.
You saw right there why it's so annoying playing Bat versus Silencer.
Yeah.
You want to trade hits so badly as the Batrider. You're thinking to yourself, like, if I sticky this idiot like 3 times, he's dead. But you realize you're actually just killing yourself too. And it's just not. It's a weird concept for a hero that loves to trade hits.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking away the core concept of what he loves to do.
1437 just trying out his new Medallion of Courage on the neutral creeps. You can see he's been doing a lot of bullying here. 21-3 is UR's CS compared to the Juggernaut, who's 26-8.
I will say another thing that I really like about J.Storm's lineup is their ability to Roche. Whereas I feel like for forward, that ability comes with, you have to like 5-man wipe.
Yeah.
To be able to do so. Whereas, you know, Jug plus DP and, I mean, all the heroes are actually not bad against Roche at all. Maybe the Bat Rider doesn't really do anything, but he's good at giving you vision around the pit area so that you can't challenge a fight. So in a way, they all kind of work out.
MSS, look at this. Moo is just challenging him all the way. He still has pressed the attack, so we will be able to remove that attack speed slow. MSS is going to be able to teep away. He'll be fine. Meanwhile, mid lane, though, CCNC managed to kill Nine's Death Prophet. Which is that? I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen, Blitz.
That is... Was there help from the silencer? Does he have an assist?
I really don't think there was a whole lot of help.
He has an assist.
He has an assist, but how much... I mean, how much health could it really be? It's a silencer. No one's really afraid of the ganking silencer, you know. 1437 is going to be caught in the rotation as they all went to the shrine, and CCNC's like, well, I'm already halfway here. I'll help you out with this bottom lane, which has been such a nuisance to Yawar. Resolution. Just pulling over to this hard camp, not sure. Trying to take away some of the CS. Does manage to get the big creep, but no damage on snaking, especially with the phase boots build. Big fan of all these offlaners that can now go phase boots. Feels real good against heroes like Lifestealer and Jug. Smoke up, 1437 did get some aggressive vision down.
I'm glad they changed it back. Remember that like 2-week period where it was like reversed?
Yeah, that was weird. Managed to get the call on 1437. Not, he just grabs the purge creep.
Nice purge.
Helps himself out, purges out away the battle hunger, slowing down
That was really well
as
done.
well. But they should know about this ward, or they should know something, right? Because 1437 made the long trek over here undetected. We should have some kills coming up soon. As Moo picking up his level 6 soon. It's obviously going to be a tremendous amount of pressure on Yawar. You can see he keeps on being chased away.
This is probably the most like mid-game timing heavy lineup I've seen forward run.
Snaking, not getting a whole lot of spins. Couple will come out.
If you got like 2 more, that was probably a kill.
Yeah.
And they're just going to reset things. I think you push in this bottom wave now and try to get the Slark to come back. Either that or you start to take the tower, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Yawar obviously jungling here, and CCNC is actually going to be the one to make the rotation down. He's got levels of Edict. This should be...
Moo is super tanky, but CCNC has so much damage and plenty of mana to work with.
That's
so
free.
He will be able to run him down again, just like he did earlier. Just, you know, Yawar is probably telling him, like, guys, I'm having a rough lane. CCNC quickly obliges. I mean, after all, he got the kill on 9 in mid lane, so I feel like whenever you kill the opposing mid, there's like extra space for you to move around.
You know what it is? It's especially if you get solo killed. You have this idea, mid players especially subscribe to this, I think, it's you want to get that back. And then you notice that the enemy mid has not only killed you, but he's making kills happen around the map. It feels like you're always one step behind in the back of your mind. You're thinking to yourself, like, he's gotten a kill on me, now he's got another kill, and you think it all stems from your one death.
Yeah.
That enables it all.
You're like, if I had killed him, I would have been able to make it. I could be bottom lane right now with Exorcism.
Because now you're gonna be the person to make this like counter rotation.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel as clean as Pylai dies. Just maybe gonna die.
Oh, Snaking tried to rescue him. Unfortunately, not gonna be there in time. He's gonna go for the 10-minute bounty runes. Picks that one up, steals it away from Resolution. Rezo keeps on swinging at him, but Snaking threatening him with the extra neutrals, saying, you know, you might be able to fight me 1v1, but the more people that are fighting Axe, the worse it becomes.
So you saw the DP come down, and now CCNC just continues to make plays around the map. He's going to go and do stuff while his support saps the EXP mid.
And they've got one of the best supports to, like, leave the mid lane open, right?
Yeah, the Jakiro's just going to spam the weight back. And so 9 pops it with the with the catapult, but he doesn't have glyph or anything, so he's actually just got to back out. He's going to take some hits from the tower potentially here. He's trying to keep the catapult alive. They pop the glyph because of the top tower being taken. Rezo even makes his way here. And this is all 3 cores.
The big advantage of having a Chen is this quick rotations. They just took the bottom lane. Chen brings in Mu now, who quickly cleanses up 9, taking away some of those dots that were on him.
The catapult's still alive. That's the big part here, and
Yeah,
they're going to have to deny
still
this tower.
dishing out the damage. They're going to try for the deny here. Everybody throws their shot at it. It's MSS who walks away with last hit and the deny.
But CCNC still has the level advantage over 9. Like, he's done a good job so far in this game of always sticking a little bit ahead.
It's got to be pretty devastating, though, for Forward to lose back-to-back towers like that.
Oh,
they lost
completely
bottom and mid.
For Forward, I think the bottom tower is not as big of a deal. It was the speed of the mid rotation. So if you're trying to defend the mid tower, what you need to do is get there faster. Like, speed is of the essence. If you're prepared to take the fight.
He's got to throw out the global silence there, protecting himself and helping CCNC collect this kill on 1437. They do have to beware, though, of these magic resistance creeps. This is going to be a problem for Leshrac eventually.
Yeah, we saw J.Storm actually lose because of it
Yeah.
before. But yeah, if you want to defend the mid tower, it's one of those things where participation is all that matters. If you're there first and you're the team that gets there first, oftentimes the enemy team just has to concede, otherwise you're throwing away lives on top of that. So it's about the timing of that. Once CCNC shows top, somebody's got to take his place mid, and it can't just be MSS at that point. Especially when 9 pops his ulti, they've got Glyph up and the catapult.
Yeah.
Like, these conditions make it a little bit awkward. And now 9 has done a good job of recovering his game as a result of his 2 cores coming over and helping him take that tower.
And you could say that for pretty much every single tower defense, right? Except for high ground, it's like you have to be set up before the enemy is there oftentimes. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble, and that's a big advantage that Chen brings you, right? It's the speed at which you can bring everybody in to assault an objective.
Yeah. 1 second Chen's there, all of a sudden Legion is, and your chances of being able to defend that tower go down to 0.
Yeah. So you've just got to get better at reading the game,
Yeah,
right? If you're forward, you have to be really ahead of the curve.
That's why it matters so much with how you use your TPs. I think it was BSJ. I watched a stream once, and he was saying that one of the worst things you can do is just like wantonly TP to wherever you feel like because you see farm.
Yeah.
But it matters so much because once you see the push coming and developing, you need to think ahead, like a little bit ahead, and that's how you get better at Dota, is like starting to think beyond just your own individual game and how your lane works. It's how does the rest of the game work? Where do I need to be? As a carry player, where is it least likely that I'll die while I can still apply pressure? For Rezo, it's going to be this bottom lane area.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot to threaten this Juggernaut. It's pretty much just the Axe. Now, Axe does have a Surly Blink Dagger. We saw that picked up a little bit earlier.
By the way,
They're gonna smoke him
DP
up.
went for Yules because of the Axe instead of
Yeah.
going for the Ags first. Plus the Slark and the... honestly, it's just really good to go.
Yeah, get rid of the global silence. Just a lot of things to help out for.
Sure.
Self-Yules off of CC&C, Yulesing you and try and set up the splitter stun.
And look at this. The best part of having your mid tower alive is that you get this leeway, and you can see how badly Forward want to take the enemy mid tower.
Yeah.
They're smoked up. The first reveal of the Axe Blink Dagger, they want it so badly.
The smoke rotation, when you haven't taken the mid tower and you go from one side of the map to the other, like you just have to run down the river area, that feels so terrible, you know?
They are going to take the tower because of the level, the 4 points of the Diabolic Edict. I do like what Fear was doing there, though. He has the right idea. He's like, oh, well, I can't just let 9 get gone on first. Like, I'll be there. But the 4 points of Edict are just way too much.
When do you think J.Storm didn't bring more heroes to defend it?
I'm not sure. I think they're being a little bit greedy with their positioning.
Yeah.
That's part of why I thought they drafted the Legion Commander, not just because of the Dispel of the press the attack, but because you could just overwhelming odds kill the creep wave and make the Leshrac feel really vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Instead, they used that time to split up and farm. Everybody was farming at that point, pretty much. And they are going to bring the Legion Commander down here. They do have a Blade Mail. That's a big teamfight item, but forward. Set up position. Fear's going to be able to reveal them on the high ground immediately. Yule's up. Missed the call from Snaking. They are going to be able to get the Ice Path quickly removed by Press the Attack. Now the Omni Slash on MS House. Bounces over to Pylai. Pylai pops the Global Silence right before he dies, but they have already got the lasso on his Snaking with the X's. Mount forward just on full retreat at this point. They've already lost 2. And MSS, no Yules up just yet for 9. So no cancel of that TP.
That was such rough communication.
Yeah.
And I think even if they're 5 there, they're not going to win that fight. Their vision is just not that great. On top of the fact that their Slark was still 30 seconds from having a TP up.
Mhm.
Like, it's still on cooldown right now if you click him. So if he wasn't ready to fight in that position and he can't easily make it to the shrine, then you shouldn't really be looking for an engagement anyways. What I'd like from J.Storm here is for everyone to commit to this tower and hit it. Last time we saw this same thing happen, they backed up, and this is a good sign that they're learning from their previous games. Even if you don't have DP Exo, just hit the tower, take it down as fast as you can, get it out of the way.
Yule's a little bit out of position, perhaps. 1437 had his hero over here, and Fierce also going to die as he gets chopped down. That was just odd. I'm not sure why your supports are the ones kind of being between the enemy and the tower and the rest of the team.
1437 was the one in space. Like, I don't know where he was supposed to be relative to the rest of his team, but
We need to beam him back down to Earth, then.
unhit the button. But the overall move is cool. It shows it's like it's like I've read a book, and this is like the 3rd book in the series, and you can see the characters evolve. This is J.Storm. They lost the game because they didn't 5-man hit that bottom tier 2 last time.
Yeah.
When they played against Beast Coast. This is what it means to like watch a replay and say like, oh, these are the little things that we didn't do correctly. And it's cool to see improvement like that. Like, you're proud of teams when they do stuff like that. If they made the same mistake again and it was only Rezo and they're all farming jungle and it takes them like 3 minutes to take that tower, that's when you learn like, oh, there are bigger problems with this team than I thought.
Yeah. Bit of a arc of redemption for J.Storm in that one little play. Still cost them their 2 supports, but perhaps they can strike back here. But Fierce just fearlessly running in and dying.
That was, okay, that's twice now where Fierce just been way too far forward. And they've got they've got a double ward here, in fact, just for this movement.
Yeah, they place a fresh ward down here now to get some better vision of that bounty rune area. It's, I mean, you know, that's a you know what that is? That's a highlight eye play. But Fear's playing a 4 position. I don't think you can just wantonly throw your life away like that.
Pie's like, hi guys. And Pie got his ulti off last time. At least. Not that it really did too much because they still got like team wipes, but the effort. Oh, mid, the stun. And the ice pack.
Catch the Death Prophet. 9 uses his Yules on CCNC.
They know something's
he's
up.
got plenty of backup. Yeah, and there's actually pretty tanky 9 point booster double null talismans. He's even got a magic wand he could fit in there.
I think that's the correct crawl. Just reset a little bit, and they're going to make their way towards bottom again.
Checking back up on Yawar.
Another rule of thumb, by the way, always smoke to your wards. Where you have vision is where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, look how much deep vision they have on the side of J.Storm. Just really quite beautiful. The first duel win for Moo.
They know for a fact that nobody's down here.
Yeah, but look at this. Really nice, deep wards being placed
Always
out.
smoke to where you've got vision.
They're going to go for the high ground. Oh, I like this. They've got an arcane rune, and we have already talked about how much synergy they have. We actually didn't mention the magic resistance at the start of the draft, but the healing ward that they have on top of the magic resistance,
look at those
like
creeps.
MSS just does nothing to 9.
They're trying to. They don't have an easy way to snipe the healing ward either. And
no.
This is such a quick pace that they've set as
CCC
forwards. They're going to go for it. Nope.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for that.
That's 3 magic res creeps plus a alpha wolf. That is a really ideal comp.
It's looking nice. Exorcism is going to fade out here, but the team knows that it's still strong enough to take this shrine forward. Does not want to fight them just yet. This is very clearly a 4 protect 1, or more like a 4 stall for 1.
Yeah.
Where they're just going to be trying to like take a little team fights, defend some towers, but at the end it's all just trying to stall out for Yawar to come online, who now has his Echo Saber.
What happened to J.Storm? Like, they just woke up on the right side of the bed.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to play fast, aggressive Dota and just fight.
I mean, that's what Grant always says that, right? It's the grand thing to say, you know, you just have one good day, you're NTI. And maybe J.Storm is having that good day here as they've already taken down Beast Coast, who they lost handedly 2-0 last time.
They got crushed, dude.
They did not look like they were a team who could...
Oh, no. They globaled for an illusion. They thought it was the real Jug. The all chats, they're all doing it. They're feeling themselves.
All chat.
I mean, they're still behind in goal. Let's relax, Goose. Yawar's still having a really good game. So is CCNC.
Yeah, that is surprising to me. They have such a huge tower advantage, having taken a tier 3 and a shrine, that they're down by 1K. That is not really what I would have expected.
You
But
just farm faster on the side of, like, Leshrac plus Slark is going to farm faster than Jug and DP, especially a Jug that doesn't have Maelstrom first item.
But if they get this Roshan, which Forward knows is happening right now, just not sure if they can contest it. UR is going to join for this fight. He knows that this fight is too important to give up and let them do it by 4. But Roshan's about to fall. They do have the Macro Pyre out. Resolution is going to spin to make sure he picks up the Aegis. No stuns out.
He gets it.
They do manage to get a duel onto the Slark, and Slark's dead just like that. UR took all that time to farm. His very first fight, he shows up and he grants a duel kill. Oh, what a stun from CCNC. They do manage to get a beautiful call. Culling Blade onto 1, but the rest of the heroes, they heal up so quickly. And now it's Snake King who's going to die. Fortunately, CCNC and all his movement
That's
speed
3 buybacks.
was able to get out of there. But 3 buybacks, and J.Storm honestly don't look like they would lose a fight, even still.
And that's a weird position to triple buyback. The only reason you triple buyback there is if it's going to push the fight in a certain direction or if Roshan was still up.
Yeah.
That was a panic. Oh, God, like, we need to do something about this. And as a result, now the gold lead going to swing pretty heavily in favor of J.Storm, up 2K now.
I mean, you are, like, getting dueled like that.
He
And
just
then
walked
was
forward
also
and died.
he was also the first one to buy back, which probably incentivized MSS and Pilot Die to do the same.
I feel like that's one of those, I made a mistake, I need to rectify this
Yeah.
mistake buybacks. And as a result, he's going to die back, or just die, and buy back, sorry. And now his item progression is, like, really slowed out.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't even a Legion with Blink Dagger or anything. Moo's just straight up gone for the build that he always goes when he's not Timbersaw, which is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one small item bracer into Solar Crest. If he's Beastmaster, it's Vlad's. If he's Spirit Breaker, it's Blade Mail.
Yeah. And apparently when it's a Legion Commander, it's also Blade Mail. And why not? You're facing up against a Leshrac and a Slark. Really value Blade Mail game.
Yeah. I still think that Forward can win, but not like this right now. They've got
Yeah.
to set up their fights better.
Pie. They're going to try drums and catch him, but that's not going to happen.
Big item pickup about to happen on the Juggernaut as Rezo's about to pick up his Maelstrom. And this is also a different Rezo than the one we saw yesterday. The one we saw yesterday was like, ugh, like not spinning and TPing out, so he's getting his TPs canceled. Remember the amount of times that Centaur Blink called him when he had Rage up?
Yeah.
And that was probably the roughest performance I've seen. I saw a lot of people call him trash. And
I mean,
honestly, he played pretty badly, but
yeah. Nothing happened in the, like, them trying to get inside the Roshan pit, but I do appreciate him just, like, safety spinning
yes.
to pick up the Aegis. Like,
Making
just
sure.
stuff like that. Like, you
He's
needed
being
that
more
kind
cautious.
of... Yeah, exactly.
Oftentimes what it is about a professional player is like you do the extra step. Not because it's easy, but because it's the right thing to do.
CCNC, as well as Snake King, you could see what's on their mind right now. Oh, God, we can't fight them. I hope they don't go high ground, and I'm going to try and incentivize them not to go high ground. We're going to go split push. We're going to push in the other lanes. We're going to try and take some towers as quick as possible and just get as much gold before J.Storm may just go all in.
I mean, I think this is their strongest item timing. They're not waiting for any other items. They've got Maelstrom on Jug. They've got Ags on DP. They've already taken a tier 3 tower mid, and Nine's going to pop his ulti for this too. If you're forward, you've got to do something. They're going to go for the split push. Yawar hitting bottom, but Glyphson popped already. This team's going to have to do this 4v5 for the time being.
It's all up to this initiation from Snake King. CCNC is going to try and make some sort of plays, see if he can get the enemy team to group up somehow, but Resolution and 9, they're the only two together, and honestly, they look indestructible with that healing ward. It's almost down, though, in 3 seconds' time. Snake King tries to approach, immediately gets Yule Sceptered, and is going to have to take a step backwards.
That's a wrap.
The melee barracks has fallen. The tier 2 at
They need
bottom
to
lane is
chase.
already dead. The tier 3, they have to be able to chase at this point. That's where Snake King makes the initiation, but CCNC in trouble. He uses himself, but the Omni Slash bounce over to Snake King, and now he's going to be caught by 9. Silence goes out from the silencer, but it's a bit too late. They've already lost the fight. They
They're
do
pinging
have some
Yawar.
buybacks, but they need to still get back as Yawar has brought that tier 3 down to about half, but well worth the concessions as Forward have lost several heroes, lost the tier 3 and a melee barracks.
This is a pace to be setting. Like, they're reading the game really well now. They're like, we have all our items. It doesn't matter. Oftentimes you wait for the second Aegis to appear to make that kind of move.
Yeah.
But they've already claimed the majority of the tier 2 towers, and they hit all their item timings. That's the big part. You're not waiting for a Maelstrom on Jug. He's got his DPS item. You saw how well it did there against the Axe. You've just picked up your Aghanim Scepter on 9. You've got your Solar Crest on Legion. This is the time, if any, to go.
And I honestly don't know how Yawar, like, even as he picks up items, you have a Blink Dagger now on Bat Rider, and I would still kind of be down if Moo went back for a Blink Dagger. Maybe he's going to go BKB or something.
I think actually the way you do it is you just continue to brute force them.
Oh, okay.
But I think that what makes a good Slark game is when you're able to just constantly hit and you don't have to be that worried about it.
Yeah.
In this game, there's so many different factors he's got to worry about. There's the silence from the DP. He has no way to dispel that. As far as I know, nope. Unless he hits the Dark Pact timing at the right time. There's the duel, which nothing but your ulti really stops.
Yep.
It's hard for him to just get in the front line and do whatever he feels like.
So in that case, you're okay with the Blink Dagger on Moo because it threatens the Slark enough.
I mean,
that
I thought he
can't
could have
go
just gone
the
for
free
the
swinging.
I feel like he could have just gone for some sort of build that allows him to like run in and fight. But getting a Blink Dagger and getting to the backline is never a bad idea either.
And honestly, they already have 2 heroes that are like very front
Rezo?
line in Juggernaut and 9. We saw the way they pushed that last fight. The sentries dropped. There you are.
They don't have global.
Lose
They've got
vision for a second.
I don't think you fight without global, but J.Storm
so
will
either.
just go for it again. They've got Mech now on 1437, who seconds ago was like the poorest person I've ever seen, but with all these towers, he's just got a cornucopia of things flowing in. You've got a Mjolnir.
Just look at all these auras.
I feel like they've hit their next item timing. The only thing that they're concerned about right now is the Aegis. And if you're forward, I mean, the amount of moves that you have to make are pretty limited. You realistically get one really good fight, and you can turn things around. But I just don't know how you set that up with the support duo that you have. MSS is a very good forward player, but you sort of hamstring him by putting him on a hero like Jakiro.
We have Shiva's coming in very soon for J.Storm.
I would have much rather seen him on some sort of hero that can just straight up initiate or take a farm.
Yeah.
Like a kill threat.
Right. You are is going to go out for the split push again, trying to relieve the pressure from top lane. Melee barracks going down. But J.Storm, I mean, there's no rush at this point. They're so far ahead of schedule. They can take this tier 2. They can wait out the Shivas, wait out for the second Roshan if they want. Because, again, even as the Slark gets Scotty, there's still that big threat of these near-instant initiations of Duel and the Blink Lasso.
He needs, like, Scotty, Lincolns, and then a DPS item. And after that, he'll feel comfortable fighting.
Yeah.
But before that point, it's so scary for him at all times. Like, his entire toolkit, you don't want to have to use the Slark ult just to initiate fights. You want to be able to use it to play, like, the margins for your HP.
Right.
But right now, against the Bat Rider and the Legion, that's sort of what you have to do.
Resolution building up for the Scotty. Completed the Mjolnir, because again, just a lot of little instances of damage that can spark. In fact, almost everybody, in fact, everyone is putting out some small little bits of damage constantly. So that can be a lot of lightning procs in this game.
Oh, man, what a meta where it's 28 minutes in and your creeps that you're going to grab are still the Centaur Coursers and the Hellbears.
Yeah, this is pretty wild.
That's something.
10% magic resistance for each one of these for the heroes. The creeps are nigh indestructible themselves against a lot of this magic damage.
The Hellbear's better, right? It's got to be. It's a higher level. Yeah, it's got more armor and it does slightly more damage.
Yeah.
I guess the armor matters a little bit. If you're like trying to absolute min-max, you try to go for all of them.
Yeah, all hell bears.
But like, it doesn't really matter that much.
No. Because all they're doing is just kind of sitting a bit behind your team, providing
What a way to
aura.
play Chen. Anyone can play Chen like that.
Yeah, honestly, there's no micro involved in this Chen.
You just wait, and then you pop your ulti when somebody gets gone on, and you're all good.
Yeah.
Like, I think 1437, like, his creeps have been here for the past, like, 3 minutes.
Yeah. Because he doesn't even do the thing that Chen's used to do, which is like scouting out and stuff and like getting information. Like, nah, he doesn't want to lose a single one of these magic resistance creeps. He scouts out the Roshan has spawned, so that'll probably be J.Storm's next objective in line. The 30-minute bounty runes coming in. Forward have taken the right side of the map.
I don't think you can give this up And also, Yawar's deciding to go for the Lincolns because I think he realizes his predicament.
Yeah.
In that he can't approach a fight properly because of the items that, or the heroes that J.Storm has.
They got to hit the high ground soon. I think Snake King was the one who pinged it. I think he made the call like, guys, we have to threaten this high ground because they're going to be taking Rosh. We have to force them back if we want to be able to defend against Roshan. And if Roshan is already up, they're doing it right now, then we need something out of this. And unfortunately, a tier 3 is not what they get. Damage doesn't happen fast enough. In fact, somebody's going to get caught here, and it looks like it could be Pilot Die. Move spot on for a second. TP away, not going to happen. Taunted up. And the third duel of the game.
He barely got it there, dude.
Yeah,
the timer was just about to run out. And now you're going to go high ground again? And there's nothing really to stop you. Rezo's about to finish his Scotty. Like, the item timings are lining up real nicely.
Level 20 talent, plus a cheese on Death Prophet. Rezo with the Scotty and the Aegis.
This is really night and day, though, for the team.
Yeah, for sure.
Now it's forward playing slow and having to deal with, to resort to split pushing and tempo controlling.
All right, well, they're going to have to. There's no more split pushing available for Yawar. This is pretty much the do or die situation. He's going to have to fight with his team. See if they can defend against this. Looks like J.Storm, just before they go for the high ground, want to make sure that all, or at least these two lanes that are easy to access are pushed in. Bottom, which they're going to go through, and mid, collect that creep wave. Rezo pops a spin as he sees the split earth coming his way. Yawar tries to steal a little bit of stats, but you can see how quickly he was threatened there. There is going to be the call onto you, but immediately intercepted by the lasso. He's going to pull that axe away from the Juggernaut. Now the Yules is actually going to be able to buy him a little bit of time, but the Omni Slash is still enough to finish up the axe. No buyback for Snake King, and the melee ranks quick to fall as 9 as well as Resolution are focusing it down. You can see they remain a little bit split, though, just to make sure there's no easy initiation for somebody like the Ice Path from MSS. Now they head towards mid. A missed split earth from CCNC.
They got
With
Blink
this
Duel
one
up.
exorcism, it's looking like they may actually just take 2 lanes of racks forward. Pretty much have to dive in. Now the buyback comes out from Snake King as he finally gets enough gold or time, but it's a bit too late as there's only that range racks. He tries to make the call a little bit shy though. 9 is able to get away. Turns out, J.Storm, well, it's not going to be Megas, but honestly, they've lost nothing for it. They can just wait for the next exorcism. They'll still have Aegis.
That was good trigger discipline too from Moo. He had his ult up the entire time, but once the buybacks came in, he still held it. He's like, you don't want to bait your team into a position where they have to overdive.
Yeah.
You just wait. They're taking buildings anyways. This is a game-winning move. They've done all the right things in this game so far. It's 33 minutes in. They're 1 racks away from, or 1 set, 2
they
range
have to
barracks.
smoke out forward. They know they just can't wait for J.Storm to go for another high ground push. So they have to try and fight them multiple times in a row. They do manage to get the quality too. That's beautiful. The Ice Path to follow up on Legion Commander. Yawar tries to lay out the damage on the move, but honestly he's so tanky they just don't have a whole lot of damage. Now Snake King's going to die to a duel. Yawar just gets surrounded. CCNC has already gone down. Yawar goes down as well, and that's just it. GG is called. Honestly, this is looking like a rough game for Forward for the last 20 minutes, and pretty much as everybody kind of talked about on the panel, which was that J.Storm just have a really nice synergistic lineup. It's not